Hello, it's me again. It's I've been doing this maybe once a week. As we think about this pandemic, how come the enhanced community quarantine has been extended here in the Philippines? But as I was interviewing some Filipinos in some parts of the globe, that their lockdown has also been extended. Europe, some parts of Europe has an extension of their lockdown also. So it's not just the Philippines, but just like the extension of this enhanced community quarantine or this pandemic, in general, this pandemic is extending in a weird way, of course. Just like there's a Justice League movie that I haven't watched. There's the Snyder Cut. Just imagine, I remember watching the Justice League, and there's a Snyder Cut that's now, 4 hours? I'm wearing this shirt. It's S, it's about Snyder, whatever. But for this, I think about one thing. For this episode, I get to think about VUCA. There's this term it's quite interesting word to use. It's an interesting term to use, VUCA. It's called volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. It's in the Western organizations from the Western side, Western world are using this term, VUCA. But for this, I'll entitle this as Getting L.O.K.A with VUCA. As we see an extension of this pandemic, there's a purpose for it also. Our focus word is L.O.K.A, getting L.O.K.A with VUCA. Letter L. The first is loosen up. I realize that there are some plans that may not pan out because of this pandemic. It's an ever-changing environment again, and as you try to plan it out, you have to be more welcome with changes. That's why it really taught me just to loosen up. Currently I'm trying to work on a particular TV segment or TV project. It's something that has been renewed. It's a renewed vision for it also. It was not anymore my plan, but because as you loosen up because of the situation that we're in, you have to adopt. Loosen up, basically. Second, orchestrate collaboration. I finished this course earlier on agile leadership. As we start with ourselves, being agile, how do we adapt with the ever-changing world that we're in? With this VUCA. It's volatile, it's uncertain, it's complex, it's ambiguous. We have to work with other people. Orchestrate collaboration. And I realize it's not that easy. Especially maybe in the old normal, it's easy to conduct a team building, but it's hard to do It's hard to do things as a team. Maybe team building is just one thing, conducting team building. But if you put it in an actual team scenario, does it hold true to your team? And this new normal is still something I'm learning about how to do it as a team. Maybe there's a reason why this new normal is extending, is because for the purpose of maybe there are some old habits that needs to be changed. And one of them is in the West, the Westerners are individualistic, just like branding is individualistic. But Asians, if you assess the branding in Asian context, it's about collectivism. That's why I realize we have to orchestrate collaboration. It's a habit that needs practice, and this new normal is maybe a perfect way of doing it, especially if you feel like paralyzed. The best way is to collaborate with other people, orchestrate collaboration. Letter K, get in L.O.K.A with VUCA. Keep yourself healthy. before, my exercise was jogging. It was my habit when I moved here in Ortigas, Pasig. It's jogging. And it was changed into going to gym. But the gym uh, at the top floor is lockdown. There's a lockdown in the gym. So, but I learned along the way that maybe there are other ways of exercising. I learned that as an adult, especially we're not as young as we are supposed to be anymore, the best exercise we have is to have 150-minute per week body movements. That's why this can be a 20-minute per day movement. So I've been doing it. It helps, especially if you've been sitting all day long, doing your meetings, speaking to an organization, or probably studying. Moving around within this condominium building really helps. Keep yourself healthy. If you get to see me right now, I'm a half black, half white right now. I'm half black, half white. How come? Every morning every time I have my quiet time, I'll sit beside the window because there's a sun. So I just need it for my vitamin D or something. But a part of me has darkened. I'm half black, I'm half white right now. That's the reality. But the thing is, keep yourself healthy. That's why you have to keep yourself healthy. Especially the questions that I've been hearing is, how do you keep your mind healthy, yourself healthy, especially for the millennials and zillennials who are working right now and they cannot even understand why working from home, it drives them nuts. That was the one question I got from an organization recently. And for me, we just have to keep ourselves healthy. Maybe not just physically, probably there's a need for us to read books, take courses. We have to expand our minds at all times, especially we are not all-knowing beings. And the more we get to have a better grasp of things, it allows us to become creative. It feels good to become creative also. And last, assess your work. How do you assess your work? I put that as the last thing, assess your work. It's really helpful if you get feedback, if people evaluate your work. I recently failed my TESOL submission again. I submitted my TESOL portfolio, my teaching portfolio for TESOL. I was trying if am I the right person? Am I a person who's capable of becoming a teacher? And I submitted my portfolio. I failed, but I saw an improvement because my first submission I got 24. The passing score is 70. I got 24. Now I got 52. I can submit it again soon. I just need to edit those things. But the reason why I know where to edit it is just that I just need some time to think about it, how to edit it. Is because of there's a feedback. I got the feedback. The experts, the review panel gave me their feedback, what to work on. And I realized it may seem so easy, but I realized it will entail a lot of work for the next few weeks. But I have nothing to lose, especially when I got this specialization on TESOL. I got that for free. The whole thing for free. And I found out for me to get a TESOL certificate, for me to have the TESOL, it will allow me to teach in any organization across the world. And that amount is worth, here in the Philippines, it's worth 35,000 pesos. And just imagine if I passed that TESOL, I got that for free. And at the same time, I got the license and the opportunity to teach in any parts of the globe, even in this lockdown, especially everything's virtual right now. So, getting L.O.K.A with VUCA. VUCA again is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. It's a word, it's a term I've learned from the courses I've been taking. How do we get L.O.K.A with VUCA? Loosen up. With this situation that we're in, it's ever changing. We need to loosen up so that we can adapt also. Second, orchestrate collaboration. Because there are times we feel so paralyzed, we need to work with other people. Maybe that's one new normal habit that we need to instill in our nature, working with people. Letter K is keep yourself healthy. There's always ways of staying healthy. It doesn't have to be 6-pack or 8-pack, but just like my mentor said, as prescribed to adults like us, 150 minutes per week of body movements. It will help. Because I realize sitting is the new cocaine. Sitting is the new cocaine. Just imagine if you sit for so long, for so many hours, it's just like it's like a drug. So that's what they say. And last is, how do you assess your work? Ask for feedback, have it evaluated. Especially, there are times the reason why we lose passion on doing things is because we don't see any improvement. But as we have the right matrix for how to assess our work, it allows us to improve and grow also. So that's our live. This is our episode for today's live. So hope to you join me again soon. So thank you.